Hi there, in this video we're going to continue arranging these ideas. So, in the previous video we created this melody. So that's going to be our main melody part, but I'd also like a more basic version of this melody slightly earlier in the song. So I'm going to clone this pattern. So I'm just going to close the channel rack, and here on new lead I'm going to right click. First of all, I'm going to give it a different colour, because at the moment it's the default colour. I'm just going to choose a green colour, and hit enter. Now I'm going to right click again, and go down to clone. Just going to right click and rename this. So I'm going to use the shortcut R, and I'm going to call it new lead simple. Okay, now this pattern's selected, I'm just going to draw it in at bar 17. Now I'm going to double click on it, so I can edit the melody. Now, all I want to do is delete these last two notes of the two phrases. So I'm going to right click on those. I'm just going to stretch out this last note so it rings on for a bit longer. I'm going to do the same with this note over here. So now if we listen to this pattern back. It's very similar to the other lead part, but slightly more simple. I'm going to press escape to close the piano roll. So now if I play the song back from bar 17. Instead of having the same melody repeated over and over again, there's going to be some variation. I'm just going to change the colour of this one so I know they're different. So I'm going to right click, then press R, and choose this purple colour. I'm just going to select the original new lead and paint it in here. Okay, so we've continued building this arrangement. I'm just going to listen to the song back from the start because I might want to change the structure of it a little. Okay, while it was playing back, I tried out a couple of different ideas. I deleted a pad part earlier on, and also added in a bass part, but changed my mind while listening back. Right, instead of going straight to those alternative chords, I'm going to paste in this external synth again. So, in the pattern picker here, I could see all of my MIDI patterns. However, I couldn't see my audio pattern. So, to swap between the two, simply click on the audio clips here. Now I can paint in this audio clip. I feel like I don't want these alternative chords just yet, so I'm going to delete them. When arranging, it can be effective to reuse ideas that I've used earlier in the song. You can then make slight variations to make it a bit more interesting. So I'm going to go from this chorus section back to these intro chords, and then go to the chorus once more. So to copy this whole chorus section, I'm going to hold Command on a Mac or Control on a PC. Make sure you've got the Draw or Paint tool selected, and then click and drag over all the parts you'd like to copy. Now, when this icon appears, I'm going to hold Shift and drag these over. In this break section here, it's going to drop down to not many parts, but I'd like the shaker to come in halfway through, so I'm going to click and drag using Shift. I'd also like this new lead part to continue all the way through. Let's have a listen. Okay, as a basic arrangement, this seems to be working quite well. Something I noticed while listening back, the bass sound has a tone in it which I'm not quite sure about. So I'm just going to solo the bass part by right clicking on the track. One of the oscillators is quite high pitched and I'd like to change that. So I'm going to make sure my bass pattern is selected. I'm going to hit enter to take the playlist out of full screen. I'm going to use the shortcut Function F6 on Mac or just F6 on Windows to open up the channel rack. Now I'm going to click on the bass part here to open up the synthesizer. I'm going to click on this icon on the left here to go back to the main window. And now when I listen back, don't know if you can tell, but it's more obvious in the third note there that we've got a high pitched tone. That's because this first oscillator has been pitched up 2 octaves, which is displayed by these 24 semitones here. So all I'm going to do is tune this down 1 octave. Remember, there's 12 semitones in an octave, so I want it to be at 12. Now if we listen back, that seems a bit more appropriate for a bass part. The difference will be subtle if you're not using monitors or headphones. However, if you are, you should hear that the bass part is now a bit more subby. I'm just going to listen back to this last chorus section again. I'm going to unsolo the bass by right-clicking on this icon here. One thing you may have noticed there, when I unsoloed the bass, I also activated every other part. So the lead part we had muted earlier was still there. So just be careful when doing this. Okay, so in this video we continued arranging our ideas and we're slowly turning these into more of a song. Thanks for watching.